Hello, gorgeous ones. Rosie Glow here. Just wanted to share with you a little Friday message to help us move beyond the divide to uniting the sides. And I'll explain what I mean in a moment. For those of you who don't know me, I am a multidimensional success coach. I work with people to help them evolve out of their fear-based programming into living as their highest truth, their higher selves, and to embody their divine human nature and walk this earth. And I promise you, we are living in the most phenomenal time we could possibly be living with at this time. So if you're excited about evolving beyond the fear and into a place of utter sovereignty, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notifications button, and join me on this adventure, because we are channeling divine grace here, which allows us to let go easily of what no longer serves us. So welcome those who are joining me. It's just a quickie, and I really I want to honor my teacher, Susanna Kennedy, because a lot of this is coming from a conversation that we shared, and helping us to understand a little bit about those who are so stuck in their fear at the moment that they are actually acting out in such a way that is persecuting and also what we would call discriminatory. So whether that's about, hey, Danny, good to see you. I'm going to do the sovereignty prayer at 1:11 because I missed the 11:11 slot. So whenever it's 1111 or 111111, whatever time it is, wherever it is in the world, you connecting to the sovereignty prayer is what's allowing you and me to claim our sovereign power and to detach, decord from all of the systems of control that are energetically trying to manipulate us, to anchor our energy into the grid, and to support those who are in a lower frequency state to raise their frequency. So that's how we can help everybody. And I wanted to today focus the prayer and also some healing on those who are really suffering physically, whether it is from the virus or whether it's from something else. Also people who are really struggling financially and emotionally and psychologically, because it's easy for me to talk about being in a cocoon, hey Cherie, and that we're going through transformation. But I'm lucky. I have a husband, I have a stepdaughter around, like there's people around me. There are people who are really on their own. So we need to honor those. So uniting the sides, this is pre-full moon in Gemini work, okay? And essentially, how do you do it? Well, I'm going to use the example of politics, okay? The fact that you have extreme left, you have extreme right. And this is actually from Simon Nolan and an interview with him and Anna Breeze. And the far extreme of left, you have communism. At the far extreme of right, you have fascism, right? And what we do in every country is have this battle between the left and the right, right? This is what's going on. Are you going blue or are you going red? Are you a blue or are you red? Well, when you actually look at the components of both communism and fascism and you break it down, they're the same thing. So rather than seeing them as two opposite ends, how about looking at this as a circle and seeing that at the top at 12 o'clock is fascism and communism. And then we have to decide where we want to be. Do we want to be on the opposite end of that? And the way that we can unite opposing forces is to look at what we have in common. So at the moment, there's a lot of talk around what's going to save us and allow us to have our freedom back. And it's all based on an allopathic system of health. Now, this system is intrinsically flawed because everything that comes out of it also has side effects. Now, you could argue that those side effects are the result of the fact that deep research is done, and that's how they find those side effects. But there is absolutely no value to a system that is based on pharmacology to actually do research in anything that is not pharmacology to prove that something that isn't pharmacology works better than the current system that we have it. I want you to bear that in mind when people come at you and go, there's no evidence, that paper is on too small a sample. Well, that could be argued everywhere, but basically we have to evolve our concept of health and well-being. I'm going to ask you to consider for a moment whether we are really thinking about the longevity, the health of our children, the health of the elderly community, the health of everybody in such a way that we are thriving rather than surviving. And what would a model look like that actually allowed us to thrive? So I'm going to mention probiotics. I'm going to mention vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, zinc. All of these as natural components are essential. Listen to Zach Bush, had an amazing, amazing interview where he talks about the fact that you can tell from the bacteria that's missing in your gut whether you are going to get breast cancer or you're going to get colon cancer, what kind of illnesses you are predisposed to. Now, that is phenomenal. And there's a lot of research coming out at the moment around the fact that whether it's Alzheimer's, whether it's autism, whether it's the virus, everything is responding or is showing some kind of link to the microbiome being out of balance. And our environmental toxins are very much contributing to that being out of balance. So we want to evolve our consciousness beyond the divide into a place that we ask the question, what would help us all to thrive? Just consider that. What would help us all to thrive? So I've personally witnessed now, and my sister has, a lot of people have the kind of, if you don't follow the rules, I'm going to exclude you. So whether that's being excluded from a shop, if you don't wear a mask, whether it is being excluded from an activity, it's there right now. Okay. And this is the whole point of how things are happening. So if you're finding yourself affected by this angrily or painfully, so it's sad, creating a sense of sadness, of rejection, abandonment, betrayal, you have a tool. And that tool is the sword of compassion. I work with a sphere of compassion in all of my meditations, but we also can work with a sword of compassion. But you have to remember that when you work with the sword of compassion, you are making a commitment that those who live by the sword die by the sword, which means you're willing to have your heart pierced by compassion too. So anyone that you feel is so steeped in ignorance, whether it's a political leader, whether it's someone you encountered that has got your goat, and you know that they're so attached to their narrative that they will not look at anything other than what they're currently looking at, you can use the sword of compassion, and you can use it to bring it down through the crown of their head energetically, and also to pierce their heart. But just be willing for that to be done for you too, because one of the experiences I've had with this is that as I have used it, I have then been able to feel the other person's perspective and to see the fear or the whatever is there in them that is causing them to behave as they are. And after I say the prayer, I'm going to just talk a little bit about mercy, because mercifulness is compassion and forgiveness. And once we see what's really going on, those of us who are awakening and awakened, we are able to move beyond the anger into compassion for those who are so attached to their personality, their ego programming and their narrative that they cannot see beyond it. But let's go with the sovereignty prayer right now. So it's going to take us a couple of minutes. Give me a sec to get it up. Ooh, misses. I think that's the second time I've said that today. Oop, can't help it. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry even. So if you want to just rub your hands together and allow yourself to get comfortable, take a moment to breathe into your heart space. And as you breathe into your heart space, let's just call in the I am presence before we state the prayer. I am all that is. Just repeat it out loud. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am free. I am that I am. Now open your arms wide and just allow yourself to receive this as a truth. Take your arms over your head and allow yourself to become a column of love light so that you can bring the energy that's in your heart, burst it wide, feel it cascading from source at the same time down through you, and send it into our planet. So send it into your earth chakra, send it around the planet, into her heart, her center, and then breathe it back up through you. Good. Now take those arms wide. And when you're ready, bring your hands to your heart again. So prayer pose. Draw a circle in the air in front of you and go the other way as well. So you're creating a portal now to step into. Drop your chin. Let the smile in your heart find you. And smile back. Let's just get into the energy of celebration. The energy of our sovereignty reigning supreme upon the earth. And let's take a moment to connect to all of our brothers and sisters, all beings on this planet, however they identify, who are struggling physically, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. And let's get this message directed to them through our feet, through the crystalline grid, so they can claim their sovereignty, detach from the narrative, and start to see beyond the eyes of fear. When you're ready, repeat after me. I am a sovereign being of love light, and I am claiming my power fully as the co-creator of my reality. I am choosing love to win, wherever fear seems to control my perception, behavior, decisions, and actions. I am willing to see with crystal clarity what is true and what is illusion within me and around me. I am making a conscious decision to awaken my higher self-consciousness within me and act in full alignment with this awareness guiding me. I am ready to see the lies that have been told to me, and I am revoking all vows I have made against my sovereignty. I am the power, I am the authority in my life. I do not consent or acquiesce to my power being taken from me. I am choosing to see and take love-based action accordingly. I am sovereign. I am free. And I am choosing to be a vessel for the purest vibrations of love light to flow and act through me. So it is, and so it shall be. I am that I am. Well done, everybody. So just let those words just move through you, all of the activations that go on within us. Let's just take a moment to create a sphere in front of our faces and put everyone you know who's suffering at the moment, whether they're in hospital, whether you know they're isolated at home and lonely, those who are struggling economically, just put them in the sphere. Allow yourself just to release them from your being. And let's also put into the sphere all those who we feel are contributing to their misery. So any political leaders, any institutions, any philanthropists, any particular beings that you feel are contributing to the misery of those who are suffering, put them in the sphere. And any entities. So considering that technology that is supposed to be widespread rolling out shortly, let's put that in the sphere as well. And we'll just blast all of this with divine infinite love, which is a pure, clear flame that restores all energy to pure, raw, creative potential, source energy. So I am divine infinite love. I am divine infinite love. I am divine infinite love. Flow it down, anchor it straight into the heart of Gaia. Then see that love light moving around the planet, moving back up through you and into the sphere in front of you. Beautiful. So just allowing that sphere now to spin and become effectively a clear crystal ball of love light. Now we're going to energetically place the sword through the crown of each of them and through their hearts. Because those who are suffering and those who are causing the suffering, let's unite them. Let's create the awakening that will allow everyone to evolve beyond either side of the suffering. So take a moment. You can call in Palais Athena, who's the goddess of, well, she's not actually the goddess of war, but she is able to bring in the divine into any form of battle so that the light will win. The light has already won. So visualizing that sphere in front of you and moving that sword down through the center of the sphere. So whoever's in there is symbolically getting this through the crown of their head, anchoring into their earth chakra. Well done. And then we also take a sword and from our hearts, we move it out into their hearts. So you're holding the sword to your heart and then you're pushing it into the heart, the center of that sphere in front of you. That's it. So everybody is getting the sword of compassion. They're in a sphere of compassion. And we're calling in the frequencies of Archangel Michael, who dispels all fear. I'm also going to bring down now the emerald green flame of sovereign love light, which the guardian of this is Archangel Raphael, the physical healer and the healer of our sovereign love light rights. So just bring that emerald green through your being into the center of the earth. Move it around the planet so everyone's getting it through the crystalline grid. Move it back up through you and then into the sphere in front of you. Beautiful. So now anyone who genuinely wants to do harm will be held in an emerald green sphere outside of our universal energies, because the light has won in our universe. So they are basically sent away to where they can do no harm within our universe. They want to go somewhere and act this out somewhere else. There's a place that they can go and act it out. It's not in our universe. So all those who want to stay in the paradigm of controlling through fear, be gone. Be gone. You are not welcome here. We cast you out of our planet, of our universal energies. Be gone. Go to where you can be transmuted in the purest vibrations of love and light. End of. Just see their power diminishing. Total power taken away. No power. And now we'll bring down, last flame, the diamond fire, to restore in each of us a balanced ecosystem, mind, body, spirit, evolve our consciousness beyond 3D and 4D into 5D, and to pick up all the anomalies that allow us to attach to those old stories of victim consciousness and not being in control. I am the diamond fire, I am the diamond fire, I am the diamond fire. Right down to the center of the earth. Let it explode around the planet, feed the grid. Let it cocoon everybody who needs the love and the support. Everybody who's healing, wrap them in blankets of emerald green and also this diamond fire. See them cocooned and going through their transmutation and transformation. And then send it into the sphere in front. Okay, see victory written out in the sphere in front. And of course, the victory flame is coming down. Sorry, folks, it's just coming all the time at the moment. So bring down the gold dust, the stardust, just spray it all over the planet. Send it into the sphere in front. Write that victory sign out. I am sovereign. Write that out. I am free. I am thriving. I am co-creating my reality. I am that I am. Okay, so now rainbow bridge into the sphere in front of us. See the sphere expand and actually now create a huge sphere around you. It replaces and integrates with the sphere that was there already. And you can reach your arms up. Feel yourself receiving all of these flames, all of these colors moving through you, through your organs, through your blood, through your tissues, through your flesh. Good work. See it anchoring straight into the heart of Gaia. See everybody on this planet rejoicing, celebrating. It's like the Wicked Witch is dead, right? Everybody's dancing the dance. The Wicked Witch is dead. Whatever was here on this planet that was not of love has gone. And all those who are not able to move beyond their paradigm perception, who are so embedded, their personality and the narrative are so strongly linked that they cannot question, are able to awaken to a new story, a new narrative. It's almost like they suddenly get it. And they don't know why they get it, but they do. See the truth coming out. And then let's claim this. I'm commanding an axiotonal alignment with this reality, with the most graceful and easy ascension timeline path for all of humanity. Thank you for all of the support, the star family support, the guidance and the support that's around. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I command this process continues until completion. See everyone rising out of their hospital bed, seriously, like everybody is well. All of us are well. The time for being ill is over. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration and full expression in my physical reality and all relevant dimensions of my being in all space and all time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful, folks. So slowly bring yourselves back. Deepen your in-breath. Where am I? Hello, hello, hello. Way! Good to see everyone. I love how the collective comes together. So what else was I going to say on this matter? Yeah, mercy. Okay, so I've said this before. Some of you have heard this already, but one of the things that sticks in my mind in times like this is an old biblical saying that the meek shall inherit the earth. Now, I was asking a couple of my Christian friends about this, and they were saying that it's the meek is not the right word. When you actually look at the Hebrew translation, it's the merciful that will inherit the earth. Now, in my understanding of merciful, that is the compassionate and the forgiving. So it's hard when people are attacking you with their pain and their fear. It is difficult when they're judging you, condemning you, almost wanting you to be muzzled and to not have the voice that you have, to not want to attack them. Trust me, there's a part of me that just wants to rip the heads off quite a few people, right? There is a part of me, acknowledge that. But that's not the part of me that's going to lead the way, because I'm bringing my shadow into my light and I'm saying it's okay for you to be angry. I understand why you're angry. I understand why you're frustrated and you want to hurt people with your pain, but that's not what we're doing. We're going to evolve beyond that, because that's what we do as divine humans. We own it, we transmute it, and we're just all sending that love and compassion. So whichever color flames come to you, whatever you're seeing in you as the color frequency that you can emit, anchor it into your earth chakra, send it around the planet, send it into her heart, pull it back up through you, radiate it out through your heart, through the crown of your head, and just send it out into your energy field, because your sphere of compassion will then reverberate at that frequency. It will repel people that cannot deal with you, right? Cannot deal with that frequency. But if you're going out in the world, whether you're working in a school, a hospital, any of the institutions, you're going out there and meeting the lower frequency vibes, I highly recommend you always put an emerald green and a platinum sphere around you. Just imagine that these are around you and you are protected, because energetically those lower tones, they mess with you and they push into you. Okay, so what else have we got? As a collective, we are in the believe to receive stage. So you've just got to believe that the light has won. Whatever's still playing out on the televisions, just imagine when everybody gets the message. We've been lied to. We've been lied to such a degree that we're all going to be in a lot of shock. Here, 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 here. Let's create a new world for everybody. What do we want it to be? Let's move beyond this now. Now we know what's going on. It's all come to light. So I invite you, whatever the headlines are that you want to see every morning, like before you go to bed, what's the headline you want to see the next day, and hand it over to the highest good of all, because you might not quite get that headline, but you'll get something that is going to work with the collective in a better way to help them get to the place that you want to get to with that headline. Okay, so we become less attached to the outcome. And if you are choosing the path of grace and ease, my friends, remember that it doesn't mean it's always easy. You're choosing the most graceful and easy timeline you possibly can. It doesn't mean there isn't struggle and challenge along the way. So when I'm working with my coaching clients, and like they're used to working hard and their whole persona and their identity is tied up with something has to be hard work for it to be worthwhile. And I say to them, so if you've got a choice between the easy path and the hard path, you're going to choose the hard path. I'm like, that's because you've been taught to value hard work as a measure of effort to reward. And I'll say, even if you choose the easy path, you're still going to have challenging times on that easy path. You're just going to have a lot less challenging times than the hard path. So do you want to make it easier on yourself because you're still going to go through hard work, or not? And this is where we all have to get to, is can we allow ourselves to make it much easier than we expect it to be? If you can allow that, we can progress very quickly. Next Friday, I'm going to be with you for the full moon in Gemini co-creation meditation. Well, it's a manifesting meditation world service. And, you know, Gemini is all about always being in two minds, right? At least two minds. We have the light and the darkness. Yeah, we have all of the different dualities, but we're going to come to that place of where do we all agree? And I'm sure we all agree that we'd like to live on a planet where we thrive physically, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. If you agree with me, can you just put a yes? Because if I can get everybody who watches this to put a yes down, then this is going to be really, really helpful. Because what you're doing is you're stating, yes, whatever I don't believe about what you're saying, Rosie Glow, I do agree that that is something I can say yes to. And if we can all say yes to that, that's the timeline we choose. And you know what? That timeline, It's not the timeline of struggle. All right. It's the timeline of thriving. And that means we all get way more of the things we want and much less of the things we don't want. So it's also an eclipse. I think it's the last of 3 eclipses, if I'm correct. So we get a little bit of a break, but we've been through some intense times. Thanks for the yeses, folks. Also, another question for those of you who do watch this is, who's been getting night sweats? I've found that over half of my membership program are currently getting night sweats, including me. Now, we've developed a meditation that has been working for me the last 2 nights really well, but I'm very interested to see how many of you who watch this are getting night sweats. If you are, can you please say that you are and where you live? And if you live in a country, whereabouts in that country you live, which state, which county? Because there's testing going on and it's not being talked about. But it's really important that we understand, one, we're evolving from a carbon-based to a crystalline cellular structure. And that might sound completely cuckoo. Doesn't matter. It's happening, right? We're evolving from a 2-strand to a 12-strand DNA. That is what a divine human is. Even if they're just energetic projections, they're still there and they're happening. And we're moving beyond basically the I'll believe it when I see it. We're going to start to create I see it because I believe it. And that's where we create an amazing world. So I'm going to leave it there, keep it short and sweet. Let us know if you're getting any symptoms like that. Remember that we are preparing for the biggest party of all time. So enjoy the ride. Take care. I love you lots. And remember to use a sword of compassion. See you next Friday, 12:30 BST PM. Okay? Lots of love. Bye-bye. Oh, subscribe. Please subscribe to my Rosy Glow mailing list if you haven't already, because I'm putting videos out there and on BitChute that it's not so easy to put in other places. So if you want to hear deeper truths explained in a way that, isn't Disney, then come and join me, rosyglow.com, and hit all of the yes, yes, yes. I want to receive all the information so I know I can send everything to you. Thanks, darlings. Bye-bye. Lots of love.